Okay, we just finish to stretch those dots on the same line. Okay, so now the next step is to find out the vertical level of this dot to the referring to the bottom one. Okay, so now how to use this tool, which is normally called a plumb bob, as you have seen. So normally, when we are using a plumb bob, the most problem that may occur is the instability of this plumb bob due to the wind force. Okay? So that is why, in order to find the accurate measurement of this plumb bob, better to be sure that if this plumb bob is stable, okay, we can't use this plumb bob in unstable condition. Okay? So that is why I try to search its stability. Okay. So let's take the distance from this dot up to the string of this plumb bob. Okay? Here we find 2.5 centimeter. Okay? So let us measure this distance. Here we have 3.5 centimeter. Okay? Okay, so this distance that we obtained here is corresponding to this one. Okay, here we have seen that the distance from this dot up to this string is 2.5, as you see. Then here we found that the distance from the dot up to the string of the plumb bob is 2.5 centimeter. So this means we have a vertical level. Okay? So from that point, we can fix our dots. Okay, so when you just finish to fix this dot, okay, we have to go to another side. Then we do the same operation. So let us check if our level is correct or accurate. So here we have the distance of 3.5 centimeter, distance from this dot up to this string of pram bob. The same as here, we have 3.5 centimeter. Okay, this means our pram is correct. Okay, we have the verticality. So normally, if we have a spirit level, okay, with the high precision, you can ensure that because this pram bob is the most efficient rather than this spirit level, dear student, it is better to use this rather than this, okay? Because sometimes those spirit level are the most inaccurate, okay? So let us check by using this spirit level. Yes, correct, okay? The bubbles is located in the center. The same as here, okay? So this spirit level, it has some precision, okay? So the step of fixing the dot is just finished. What's following is to form a strip of mortar, normally called a screed, okay? So how can you form it? We have to fill this clear space between the top dots and the bottom dots. So we can observe that our panel is just filled, okay? So if we have a big panel in greater depth, it is not necessary to fill all panels, okay? You can fill the panel with a finish coat, then you come up after to refill, okay? So that is why we're going to use this straight edge in order to make sure that if our panel is well filled, okay? So we start from the bottom of the wall, okay, by attaching the straight edge on the both screed, okay? So removing, let's start. Okay, wait. Continue. Wait. So the movement of this straight edge is a zigzag movement. So we see that there is some remain hole which have not been filled. So how to fill them? So another important things, dear students. Here we have those small pieces of timber, normally called the dots. Those pieces of timber must be removed out before drying of this coat. Those remaining holes should be properly filled with the same material or mortar that we have used. Don't remain those holes like this. Then we have to use a straight edge to level this surface. I think it is clear. This floating coat should remain rough to provide the proper bond to the next coat or to the last coat of plaster, which is a finishing coat. Okay? So if you say that we have to wait for 3 to 4 days for proper hardening of this coat, okay? It means that we can't apply the finishing coat on this fresh coat. That is why here we have another side of a wall which has been coated with this coat. Okay? Here we have 2 coats. The first coat of plaster, which seems like that one, and the second coat of plaster, which is a floating coat, seems like this, the one that we have just finished to apply. Okay? So that is why the finishing coat has to be applied here. It is clear. Okay? So now, how this finishing coat can be applied? Dear student, think about the mix ratio. The mix ratio are varying according to the sequence of coat of plaster. We have seen that on the first coat, we have used 1 to 4. But on the second coat, we have used 1 to 5. Okay? This means here we have to use another mix ratio, which is 1 to 6. Okay? But the difference is that the size of sand must be different. Okay? For the last coat, we have to use the fine sand, as you have seen. Okay? So now, let us make a simple look here to be aware of the quantity of material that you're going to use on the rusty coat of plaster. So the required material for the finishing coat, which is the rusty coat of plaster. The mixed proportion of cement and sand is equal to 1 to 6, you see. So the method of calculation of the material for this coat is similar for the previous one. There is no difference. But the difference is about the thickness and the mix ratio. Okay? So that is why you have to forward only the level of cement in the gauge box, which is equal to 2.5 centimeter. And then the level of fine sand in the gauge box, which is equal to 15 centimeter. And then the amount of water that we are going to use. Okay? So